We are here because we are dedicated to helping the entire CrossFit community. Determined to elevate coaches, box owners, athletes, and everything in between, we believe that this mission will begin right here, right now. While this time and this goal begins with you, our hope is that you take this fire ignited within you and weave it into your own life with the same unrelenting passion to give those you have the privilege of coming in contact with the best hour of their day.
What do you got? Starbucks gift card over there?
Yeah, for the members.
You talked about this before. What do you recommend?
And you get a Starbucks gift card, and you get a Starbucks gift card.
How much are those? $5?
15, bro.
50. You're always. I gotta give you credit. You're always extra generous. You always go the extra distance, and I think there's a difference between giving someone a $5 card, like they're grateful and appreciative as they should be. Mm-hmm. But when you get 15, it's not like breaking the bank, but it's that threshold where it's like, oh damn, like this he cared, and I can go to Starbucks 2 or 3 times versus like a one-time thing.
Yeah, maybe twice if you want to get lunch. But anyway, I used to not be. I'll be straight up with you. I used to be very scarcity mindset about it. I don't know, but here's the deal. Here is why I'm no longer that way. So you're like that's $75 worth of gift cards you're holding.
Yeah, we give gift cards to our people, and right. For the record, for all of our clients that have gotten that, I wanted to do 50. You know.
Yeah, bro, give me some credit.
Careful. You're about to get canceled. You white supremacist. You're about to say something.
No, that's you, bro. Nobody's called me that. That's you. Yeah.
But, and you say 75, and I was like, first of all, we run a Fortune 500 company over here at best hour of their day.
You literally just made that up. You're like, you. If I was to ask you what are the qualifications for a Fortune 500 company, you would have no concept of what that was.
There's the 500 must mean something. We've made $500 this year. We made $500.
We have definitely made hundreds of dollars this year for sure. Yeah.
But $25. It's not like, look, if we would have sent anybody a $50 card, we get a thank you note or text or whatever. But 75 is like, oh wow, that's more than I would have thought. Like there's a threshold.
You could buy something. You could buy something significant with $75. Is the way I look at it.
At Rogue, we support Rogue, by the way. When the hell is Bill and Katie going to sponsor us? I put up a post on my Instagram about them, giving them like
Bill and Katie I feel is business struggling. You guys can't support, a small business. No.
We're a Fortune 500 company. Come on, Bill and Katie. So what were you going to say? Yeah, I do give. No. So all of our clients, yes, that $25 is basically thanks to Fern.
Yeah, you're welcome, everybody. It's a math, right? Like people like. Everybody is scarce when you don't know how things work. And so with these gift cards, they are for one of two things. Either somebody pays in full, they gave me something to the tune of $1,000 to $2,000, at which point $15 is not a fucking big deal. I'm sorry that I cursed everybody. I apologize for
we got a feedback on that.
And listen, I love everybody. I simultaneously don't care. And then
you can love people and not care at the same time.
I can love you and not care at the same time. And then or a referral, at which point they have just given me. I've just gotten. Think about it in the long term. On average, about $2,000 for the year. Again, $25 or $15 out of that is not a big deal. And they're like, "What if they don't stay?" And I'm like, "It's still not a big deal. It's still a fraction of what this person has just done for the business." And if you really wanted to, you could factor these things into your price point for a membership. Like you could just be like, hey, I'm going to tack on $15 or take it out of the referral program. And that's the point, right? It's just like BGM. They're like, hey, it's you give $100 gift card away every month for a committed club. I'm like, yes. And I'm like, all those people are paying me way more than that every single month. And I want them to show up. So it feels like you're giving out a lot, but you're not in the grand scheme of things. And I find that the more you give, the more you get. And so this is actually a motto that I've got. So if you've been in the CrossFit community for a while, so Marston is a hero workout. So William Blake Marston was a member here for many years. He was one of he was a very, very good friend of mine. Navy SEAL, died in a training accident. And his grandmother had a quote, which was, "You get what you give, so go and give well." And that was weird. Just gave me goosebumps. But think about it that way, which is like, it's just like the golden rule. It's just like, how would you want people to treat you? Is like, be giving. And it doesn't need to be a gift card. But like, we get the same reactions when somebody gets a handwritten note in the mail. They're like, "Thank you for the letter in the mail." Like, who mails things these days? And I'm like, we do. Yeah, we do.
That's the thought, right? Whether it's $15 or no, the point is, it just implies more thought. And to quote the Beatles, "The love you take is equal to the love you make." Right,
Right.
Fern?
Right.
So it's the same principle. I love the quote from the hero, and whatever it is, it's like, put out there what you want to receive. And so many box owners, they have that scarcity mindset. I know, like, we'll start working with someone and talk about a referral fee, which we recommend being just as generous, like in that $75 for the new member.
About 40% typically is really nice to get somebody's attention. They're like, "Oh shit, that's a lot of money."
And then almost always one of the responses, "Well, what if somebody brings in 10 members?" I was like, they're your best freaking member. Like,
dude,
yeah, like,
yes. The answer is yes. They have paid for themselves 10 times over. Like, what are you talking about? And I've talked about this before. Like, well, they're friends with 3 people. I'm like, give all 3 people the reward, because the odds of all 3 of them bringing in another person after that are extremely high. Just give all 3 of them the reward. Like, why? Like, don't split the baby. It's weird. They're like, "Well, I'm going to give you 10 and you 10 and you 10. And they're like, "You cheap bastard. Like, what? Just pick one and give them all, or give everybody the full boat. Like, who cares?"
the people that are bringing in people are going to continue to bring in people.
Dude, I think we do referrals pretty well. Like, we get a lot of referrals. Like, I'd have to go back and look. I'd have to run a report, just like, what's the number of people that so the way I would look at this is, when we build Wodify for somebody, if there's a referral, it's labeled differently because their first month's membership initiates at a different cost and then renews at full cost. So I could just go in there and look at those. There's a bunch of them in there. But we had a member come from another gym, and I know the gym owner, and the person was like, "Listen, this person's a pain in the ass. Like, you can have them." And I was like, "Cool." I can think of, on the low end, 10 people that this person has brought into the gym. A, because they're that person, but B, because I reward them every single time. Like, every single time. Note, card, thank you. Here's your referral. You're the best. I'm going to hug you. Shit, here's a free t-shirt. I don't care. Like, just reward good behavior. Like, it seems silly, but like, that's the deal. I'm potty training my son. Yeah, exactly. Which is like, hey, listen, you put your socks on right, but you still shit your pants. But speaking of that, I'm potty training right now, right? And
how's that going?
Really well, actually. Like, we had like minimal accidents the past 2 days.
How old is he's almost 2, or is he 2?
He'll be 3 in February. So
what's normal? Like, you're telling me.
I'm 40 and I'm still working on it, so I have no idea. I still go pee outside. I'm just like in the backyard pee.
I was changing Madison this morning, and I was like, I don't get enough credit for not shitting my pants. Like, at some point, like, it shouldn't matter that you're 40. It should be like, "Yo, good job. Like, you didn't shit your pants today." Like,
yeah, I'm not going to bring up what we talked about before about you and your shower antics, but no, but so I'll ask him, and before, like, it took about 2 weeks. I said, like, "Hey, I have to go potty." He's like, his thing now is no way. By the way, everything is no way. Be like, "You have to go potty." He's like, "No way, no way." And I'm like, that's inappropriate use of that term. However, I get what you're saying. And it was like, everything was no, but I'm always asking him now. But it was because of the reward, right?
What's
because
the
like
reward?
The reward is like, hey, I'll give you either a beef jerky stick, or maybe like a cookie or something like that. Be like, "Oh, cookies." And I'm like, "Shut up. Yes, I give my kids cookie. Calm down." Like, I want him to not shit his pants. Sorry. Like, I'll give the kid a couple cookies. But so now he's actively doing that, or he will be yelling it out. He'd be like, "I have to go potty. I have to go potty." At which point we're hustling to the potty and we go potty, and I celebrate it wildly when he does it.
What's that look like? What's a potty celebration?
We high five and we dance
After he's wiped his hands. washed his hands.
Oh no, at this point we both have our pants down and we look like idiots. Like just
Do you pee to show him? Like, is it because
I have peed to show him. Yeah. So you're like, listen, this is how you potty.
At some point, I'm going to have to do
it's a little different. You're going to need to sit down, which you sit down when you pee anyway. So that's fine. The
more efficient.
It is. No, just jokingly, but like we celebrate it. We high five. I tell him good job and we immediately go over and the reward happens. And so now he's thinking about the reward and it's top of mind until it's not required anymore.
Does he force himself to go to the bathroom just to get the reward?
I mean, he may, but when he sits down, he goes to the bathroom.
So it doesn't really matter.
I don't care. What I care is that he understands that is where he goes to the bathroom, right? And the same thing with your members. Like who cares why they're doing it? I want them to do it because they love the gym, but the point is they know that when this happens, this is the outcome. And I'm like, okay, so you have to be really proactive about this and you have to really put it out there and you have to over reward people so that they want the reward. This is also a very easy way to get people to bring their overall expenditure down in the business. So let's say you give somebody a $70 referral across the month. That's a $6 decrease on average across their month. So if they were paying $170, now on average, what they're paying is $163. If they do that twice, it's $156. If they do it 3 times, you're getting into the $140 range. However, if they do that 3 times, they have increased the overall income of the gym by $6,000.
Well, and
who cares?
Here's the thing. Like, if you're worried, well, I'm giving this and I'm giving this, your mindset is not one of retention. Like, this is 1 month. Right. You should be keeping this person ideally forever, but call it a year. That's $1,500, $1,800. So what if you give away 75, 150
of it? Who cares?
It's like anything. If you're making money and you're giving it away, you're making more money.
Well, it's just like going on a first date and you're like, well, I don't know if I'm going to pay for this because like, what if we don't go on a second date? And I'm like, well, you're definitely not going on a second date if you don't pay for the first one.
Yeah, like, definitely not having sex with this person.
So
I want to go back to the potty training because I am a little fascinated by this.
I can potty train you.
What percentage are you there? Like, if you had to say, like,
what do you mean?
Like, how close is he from being potty trained?
We're probably a couple weeks out, I think. However, there's been one accident, admittedly on my watch, in the past 2 days, including multiple naps with no pee in the pants.
So he doesn't wear a diaper at this point?
No, he'll wear one to bed at night, and then periodically through the day, we will potentially put one on. But the Reese, who is with him most of the day, she kind of fills me in. She was like, no accidents today. She's like, I took him to the store, everything was good. So like it's getting better, but so these are one of the things where like we have to be really proactive until they start to learn. So this is like 2 to 3 weeks of every 30 minutes asking, like, you have to go to the potty, you have to go potty, you have to go potty. And then you have to reward it when they do. So like, oh, I should be doing this. This is good. And then it'll start to click. Like kids still understand reward for the behavior, just like they understand punishment for bad behavior.
I do have so many questions. Why did you decide to do this when Jess left?
Well, it wasn't because she left. Like we had started doing. He's just to that age where it's just like, hey, it's time. It's time for you to start. And he was starting to be curious about it. So he's starting to ask questions.
Like, what's stuff. That toilet thing over there?
No, he'll just be he's probably delayed in speech, but like if somebody goes in the bathroom, he'll be like, oh, they go potty? Are they going potty? And I'm like, yes, they're going potty. I'm like, you should go potty too. Like you should stop crapping your pants. Yeah. And he'll ask questions about that. I'd be like, are they going to bed? Or what's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? And I'm like, okay, cool. This means you're curious, which means we can start to have this quasi conversation.
I love it. Now I'm really just hearing rewarding a child for going to the bathroom is the same as a referral fee at a box.
It's not different.
Hey, other people are doing this. You should do it too. And by the way, if you do this consistently, I'm going to give you a reward.
Well, not even consistently. If you do it one time, and that's what I always tell everybody. I'm like, this is the weird conversation. It's like, well, what if the member, leaves after a couple of months? I'm like, who cares? The person fulfilled their end of the bargain. right? You cannot withhold the reward based on this other person's action, which your member has no control of. They fulfill their end of the bargain, reward them. You're still coming out ahead. It's still revenue that you didn't have before. If you do the math on it right, even if you give both parties the $70 or even $100 in most instances, you would still net positive revenue.
And
But
again,
the following
you're only
month,
looking at
you're
it
up.
as 1 month.
Right. The following month, it goes up, something to the tune of $200 almost in some instances.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you keep that member for an additional month, you're making money the first month, for the record, but you're certainly making money. And then one of our clients, Ryan, just ran his third Bring a Friend week this year,
Mm-hmm.
and on his third Bring a Friend week, he's still netted 6 new members. He's gone
Right.
like 14, 10, and 6 over the course of 3 this year. So
right. I've said this from the get-go, which is the consistency here is what matters. No different than potty training a child. It's like there are instances where you will not get a big traction on the front end because people don't get it. They don't understand. And the reason this will grow over time, you will have slumps like our last one that we ran a couple of weeks ago. Like we didn't get a ton of conversion. I think we had like 3, which is pretty low, right? However, it could be like weird timing, right? Like who cares? That's not the point. But the point is I'm running it consistently throughout the year. And the more people that join via Bring a Friend week, now, again, because of the reward, they got the reward as well. Now identify their entry into the gym as Bring a Friend week, and they are more likely to bring a friend during Bring a Friend week because that was their introduction to the process. So again, the reward goes both ways. I'm rewarding the new person and the current member, but the more people that identify that was how I started are more likely to bring in other people. And the people that are referred are more likely to be the referrers moving forward.
yeah, well, and my point to Ryan was, well, he was very happy. I mean, he's at a point in his affiliate where he doesn't want a crazy influx of people. He's crushing it. But also think about it. If you ran Bring a Friend week 4 times a year and netted 5 or 6 members, that's 20 to 24 new members a year from that alone. That's truly all you need.
That's whatever that's 60% of the way to our net 3 number that we'd be shooting for of 36.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So,
Which is, and I said that on the get-go, which is, or otherwise stated. So yes, that was my conversion, but let's say that's 60%. That means there's still another 40% out there that I can continue to have conversations with. So it's about 2 things. It is about conversion, but it's the long game about being able to communicate with a larger pool of people that you don't have access to now, which is like, just be patient.
That's where I was going. It's like, it's a numbers game. It's a percentage, right? So
right.
If 10% of 100 people are bringing in people, cool, that's 10. But now if 110 people now come in, it's 11. It's compounding.
Right.
It's like investing in crypto. It's
right.
You should be buying Bitcoin right now.
Jay's not giving financial advice because we are not qualified to do that. But the point is like these are the things you have to think about, and think about how you design these things and how you roll them out and how you communicate them. And it's okay to go over the top on the reward if you only give the reward in secret and you don't make a big deal about it, but then nobody knows about it. Keep telling people about it all the time. Be like, hey, we have a referral program. If this is also a strategy if people have reservations about price when they join, and they might have a little bit of sticker shock. Be like, listen, the easy way to bring that down is over time, is if like you bring in a couple of people and your price comes down to something fairly reasonable. Like if your price point is 170 and they were looking for something in the 150 range, you are 3 referrals away from getting them to do that. Bring in 3 people, and now that is your price point moving forward. That is the average cost moving down the line.
I love it. So I think, for so many people that need to have that referral program in place, and you need to not have that mindset of, I'm going to be giving away the house. You're not. Here's the end story. You're only giving away money if more money is coming in. We only send out rogue gift certificates if we're getting a new client. We have a referral fee for Affiliate U, which is very, very, very generous.
It's arguably aggressive.
Yeah, it's, borderline dumb on our end, but it's like, hey, if people are talking that positively about us, we want to reward them. And the same principles that happen inside the box, the people that are recommending and referring people to us consistently do it. Take care of those people, right? Let's end it with, I want to hear that quote again from Marston's grandmother. I think that's a great way to wrap up today's show.
Yeah. Again, this is just, this doesn't have to be in the gym. This just can be a personal outlook because it was how it was intended. However, the quote says, "You get what you give. So go and give well. Treat your affiliate members and the people inside your care that way, and they will return it in spades because you're doing the right thing." And you like to say, like, care, care, care. That's how you do it. You get what you give. So go and give well.
So you never miss an episode of the podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel and on all major podcasting platforms at Best Hour of Their Day. Thank you so much for tuning in and for being a part of the best hour of our day. See you next time.